You gotta watch this.
One of my previous posts, I mentioned that after 75 days of being married,
Right.
I asked for a divorce. And really, it was 60 days. But I was like, maybe you tripping. Give it a second. Wait a minute. See, what's up. But at day 75, there was like an event that happened. And I was just like, no, ain't no way I'm finna stand this. I don't care nothing about no paperwork or none of that. I got to get out of this situation because this ain't it. I'm going to preface this story by saying I have never been a woman to stay in a relationship longer than I need to. I have always been the woman that has gotten away. Now, I'm
Red flag right there.
not going to say that I haven't stayed in situations longer than I should have, but when the light bulb went off, I had no problems leaving. So here's the story on how I got married. And after 75 days of being married, I wanted a divorce. I'm also going to say we didn't even have the opportunity to live together. So we lived in two separate homes. And I mentioned that I dropped the $1,500 for the divorce.
So during the 75 days of them being married, they didn't live together?
That's crazy.
Why? Something is already wrong because 75 days and you don't even live together yet?
So the divorce was a non-contested divorce. So he didn't contest it. And so we didn't have any children together. We didn't have any assets together. We didn't live together. No shared vehicles, no shared accounts, no shared anything. So it was a very kind of in and out process once I filed. So the backstory.
This lady is not serious. What was that? Do we even want to listen to the rest of this? That was in a marriage.
I went to FAMU. He went to FAMU too, but that's not how we met. We actually met because he some kind of way found me on Instagram. He initially started DMing me, but it was just friendly. I'm leery when guys slide in my DM. So I might respond, but I respond very short. So he would comment on my pictures. He would comment on my videos, and I took it with a grain of salt. I was like, whatever. But he kept being consistent with commenting and with sliding in my DM. So it went from I like that picture to I think you're a gorgeous woman. And then it went to where are you located? What city are you located? So you talked about I let him know in Atlanta. And he was like, oh, me too. I just moved up here not too long ago, Bob. So he asked me on a coffee date, which is should have been red flag number one. So I politely responded to him, I don't do coffee dates. I have a nice Keurig in my house with all the bells and the whistles. I don't need to get in my car. I don't need to get dressed. I don't need to drive in Atlanta traffic.
Now you got my attention.
For no coffee.
I would have stopped pursuing her right then. When did coffee dates become a deal breaker?
Right.
To call it a red flag, honestly, that would have been a red flag on her part because the entitlement is unreal.
This is a smart
woman. So if
woman.
a coffee date is what you're offering, I'm not interested. He responds back, okay, it's no problem. Cool. What we could do a restaurant. We could get drinks, get drinks, get food, whatever, talk over food in a nice restaurant. So I left him on red for like a couple of days because the coffee date thing didn't sit well with me. I'm like, who is like, I don't do coffee dates. So he responded again and he was like, I'm not sure if you got my message, but I'd like to take you out. So I was like, you know what? Cool. Ain't no harm in meet him. I will drive my car and meet him out.
If he was a subscriber to the Coffee Pod, he would have known that that's the time he should have realized he's playing with hot water, wasting his time, and regret all this.
So we decided to go out on a Tuesday. So infamous Taco Tuesday. When I got downtown to the taco place, Atlanta's downtown is crazy with parking. It's awful. So it took me, I was probably like 30 minutes late, and I'm not usually late, but I was about 30 minutes late because for the life of me could not find where to park.
Red flag number 2. First flag, coffee date. She too good for coffee. Second flag, you're from Atlanta, so you are well aware of Atlanta traffic. traffic you didn't want to get into because of coffee is that same traffic that you got into to go eat a taco. So you know about this traffic. So why didn't you give yourself enough time to get there on time? 30 minutes? He just moved there. He's there. Why did it take you 30 minutes? And I understand sometimes things happen, but why wait? Red flag number 2.
This is a wise woman. Very wise. Very wise.
So I
Beautiful.
shot him a quick message and let him know I'm going to be late because I'm having a hard time figuring out where to park. So he was giving me instructions and he was like, I can come out there and show you where to park. Long story short, I found out where to park, got into the restaurant and met him in the restaurant. Let me also say this. He was not really my type physically. And I don't even have a type physically, but he wasn't my type physically.
I'm getting ready to go. How do you not have a type physically, but it wasn't your type physically? Some of these women just should be avoided because they're just not serious with life. With just life in general.
If that makes sense. So
No,
first date goes well. He walks me to my car. I go home, let him know I made it home, whatever. Exchange numbers so we continue to converse. Now, I'm the type of woman, I don't call a man. I don't text a man. Even if we are in a relationship, I'm not calling your phone. I'm not texting your phone first. Call it what you want. I just don't. If a man wants to talk to me, he will reach out to me, whether that's text, call, whatever.
I know there's different people that have different feelings on who calls or texts first. What do you think? I want to hear what you think. Do you have that rule also to where I'm not going to be the one who call or text first? Is that a rule that you abide by? Just asking. I would like to know.
She's by herself now, so it doesn't matter.
I'm remembering correctly, when he got back from his birthday trip, we went on a second date, I believe. Regular conversation. Everything's going well. Then he invites me over to his house. We start talking about where the area that we live in. And he lives on the total opposite end from where I live. So we went on a date to the seafood place. Again, nice time. Conversation is flowing. We leave the date. We go back to his house. We're listening to music. We're just chopping it up, chatting it up. Cool.
Is she even interested?
Going to part 3. I'm going to say this. I don't like men. And in most cases, I do not take them serious. It's for the moment. It's for a good time. If you talk to my sisters...
This is the part where I have to apologize for wasting everybody's time with this lady here who's attracted to women. These might be one of the download chicks we hear about.
My cousins, my friends, they will tell you. Now, I find men attractive.
I mean, listen, if you think I'm being exaggerative here, imagine a man getting on saying, you got a guy, you guys got, no, I don't like women. Be like, what? Pause. Wouldn't that sound weird? You saying that, then who do you like?
Not attracted to women, but there are not a lot of good men at the core. And I've always known that. I didn't know how to explain it when I was younger, but I always felt it, like something about them. I don't really care for them. So, long story short, he asked me to marry him. I say, and don't jump down my throat again. But
dude deserves everything he got at this point.
Like that. It was just like, oh, he want to get married. Oh, let's get married.
Okay, maybe that was a bit too harsh. But how do you not avoid this, man? Hasn't liked men from the time she was a little girl. Born hating men. Come on.
That's kind of how I said it. And he was like, no, I'm serious. I really want to get married. So I was like, because at this point, I'm just like, he probably not going to be the man that I stay married to for my whole life. But
why do it? Marriage is not supposed to be temporary. This is supposed to be your lifelong partner. I know things happen. He's expecting it to fail before it even gets started. You can't make this up.
You can't.
I'm in my 30s, but like, well, we won't.
Did I mention that's a smart woman right there in the bottom left corner? Shout out to you, ma'am. Cheers.
Drink the coffee. It'll make you feel better.
Get married. We don't have more kids. I have always been very successful in my education. I've always been successful in my career. But my love life has always been... And he just caught me in a moment. And I was just like, you know what?
Bro.
Let's do it.
What?
So I only clipped a little bit of this video because there's so many parts, probably like 6 or more. If you want to go back and watch all the parts, it's like an hour and something long.
No.
I found this video on YouTube from a channel called Messy Stories. She did say that they got in an argument and her mouth got real reckless. And we all know how that can go because women, we know how we can get with our mouth. Let's just be real. Also, she lets us know that when they got married, it was like a secret thing because she was saying when she went back home, she didn't want him to go back home with her. Only people that knew that she was married was her sister and her cousin.
She was cheating. We've heard enough. If you're out there, I hope you've learned your lesson, my guy. Let's read a few of these comments. Date and marry, you're Keurig. Simple. Somebody else who says you think you got away. They got the real blessing when you left. Yeah, that's fact. Basically, you're always single. You don't marry for love. You marry for an opportunity. Well, both would be best. Somebody else who says, damn, that man is so lucky. Right. Here's somebody else says, oh my gosh, she gave an Excedrin headache. Yeah. Listen, guys, I don't even want to ask you what you thought about this situation. I feel like that would be disrespectful because I know some of you guys are angry, right? Complete waste of time. I hope you at least got a good laugh out of it. If not, there'll be better stuff coming in the future. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.